Asli and Kerem. A tale of unwavering Levine, a land where mountains touch the sky and rivers sing ancient songs. A love story as enduring as the landscape was born. This is the tale of Asli and Kerem, whose love defied the boundaries of fate and tradition, becoming a legend that echoed through the ages. In a bustling town at the foot of the majestic Mount Ararat, preparations were underway for the annual spring festival. The air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers and the sounds of joyful music. It was here, amidst the vibrant celebration, that Kerem, a wandering minstrel with a voice as sweet as honey, first laid eyes on Asli. Asli, the daughter of a wealthy merchant, was known for her beauty and grace. Her name, meaning genuine or pure, perfectly encapsulated her essence. When their eyes met across the crowded square, it was as if time stood still. Kerem's heart sang a melody that only Asli could hear, and in that moment, their souls recognized each other. Drawn to each other like moths to a flame, Kerem approached Asli with his lute in hand. He played a gentle tune, his fingers dancing over the strings, and sang a song that spoke of stars and dreams. Asli, captivated by his voice and the sincerity in his eyes, felt her heart stir. "Who are you, stranger?" she asked, her voice as soft as the evening breeze. "I am Kerem, a humble minstrel, but your beauty has made me rich beyond measure," he replied with a smile. From that moment on, their destinies were intertwined, their hearts beating in unison to the rhythm of a timeless love. As their love grew, Asli and Kerem met in secret, away from the prying eyes of Asli's father and the constraints of societal expectations. They would rendezvous by the riverbank, where the willow trees whispered their secrets to the wind, or in the meadows, where wildflowers witnessed their stolen kisses. Kerem would serenade Asli with songs composed just for her, his voice a balm to her soul. In turn, Asli would share her dreams and fears, finding solace in Kerem's unwavering gaze. They carved their initials into the bark of a tree, a testament to their enduring bond. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson, Kerem took Asli's hands in his. "No matter what obstacles we face, I promise to love you forever," he vowed, his eyes reflecting the sincerity of his words. "And I promise to wait for you, Kerem, no matter how long it takes," Asli whispered, tears of joy glistening in her eyes. Their promises, made under the watchful eyes of the stars, would be tested by time and circumstance, but their love remained steadfast. News of Asli and Kerem's love soon reached Asli's father, a man of great wealth and influence. Enraged by the thought of his daughter marrying a mere minstrel, he forbade Asli from seeing Kerem and confined her to their home. He had already promised her hand to a wealthy merchant's son, a match that would elevate their family's status. Despite her father's harshness, Asli's heart remained with Kerem. She refused to marry anyone else, her love for Kerem unshakable. Her father, infuriated by her defiance, tightened his control, making it nearly impossible for Asli and Kerem to communicate. Kerem, driven by his love for Asli, decided to confront her father. He journeyed to their home, his heart heavy with hope and fear. But upon his arrival, he was met with guards and a locked gate. Asli's father, seeing Kerem's determination, decided to rid himself of the minstrel once and for all. Kerem was captured and beaten, his lute shattered at his feet. "Leave this town and never return," Asli's father commanded. "You will never see my daughter again." Broken in body but not in spirit, Kerem was exiled from the town. He wandered the countryside, his heart aching for Asli. Each night, he sang to the stars, hoping his voice would reach her. His songs, filled with sorrow and longing, touched the hearts of those who heard them, spreading the tale of his undying love far and wide. Asli, confined to her room, wept for Kerem. She would look out of her window each night, praying for his return. Her father, seeing her sorrow, hoped that time would heal her wounds, but Asli's love for Kerem only grew stronger. Despite the distance and the obstacles, Asli and Kerem found ways to communicate. With the help of Asli's loyal maidservant, they exchanged letters, pouring their hearts onto paper. These letters were filled with words of love, hope, and dreams of a future together. Kerem wrote of his travels, the places he had seen, and the songs he had sung. Asli wrote of her longing, her prayers, and her unwavering faith in their love. These letters became their lifeline, a beacon of hope in their darkest hours. Determined to reunite with Asli, Kerem devised a plan. He would return to the town in disguise and find a way to free Asli from her confinement. With the help of his friends, he secured a safe passage and a place to hide until the time was right. On a moonless night, under the cover of darkness, Kerem made his way back to the town. Disguised as a beggar, he slipped past the guards and reached Asli's home. With the help of her maidservant, he climbed up to Asli's window. Their reunion was bittersweet, filled with tears of joy and sorrow. "I knew you would come for me," Asli whispered, her voice trembling with emotion. "I promised you forever, and I intend to keep that promise," Kerem replied, holding her close. Together, they escaped into the night, their hearts beating as one. Asli and Kerem fled to a distant land, where they could build a life together, free from the constraints of their past. Their journey was fraught with danger and uncertainty, but their love gave them strength. They traveled through mountains and valleys, crossed rivers and deserts, their spirits unbroken. Along the way, they met kind strangers who offered them shelter and guidance, drawn to the purity of their love. Finally, they found a small village nestled in a serene valley, where they